Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
How's it going, everybody? Wildman West here, and welcome to day 15 of SHOCKTOBERFEST 2024. Today, we are going to be doing an animated film. And I know for the longest time I've been doing more towards the Japanese animation, but today we're going to do something, as John Cleese from Monty Python would say,
completely different.
Today we're going to be talking about 2018's Batman Gotham by Gaslight. This one's very interesting because it takes place in the turn-of-the-century steampunk Gotham City, where Jack the Ripper is pretty much victimizing Gotham City, especially the women of the night. I mean, very much similar to the story of Jack the Ripper itself in real-life setting. And in this story, Batman is still a pariah. He's still this vigilante that the police don't approve of and that they're wanting to put away. And then they all start thinking maybe Batman is the killer. Well, turns out, obviously, with where he's at times and where Jack the Ripper is at times, it doesn't really work. But when you actually find out who Jack the Ripper is, it just totally blows you away. And not just that, but I mean, when you get to see some of the characters from the Batman universe in this, setting, it's just interesting as it is. I mean, obviously you have Bruce Wayne still being this rich man about town with his butler Alfred. You have Harvey Dent, who is his best friend, who is pretty much cavorting around town with him, getting drunk and doing all the crazy stuff. Then you also have your police force. You have, Gordon, you have Bullock. Then you also have your secondary characters as well that are very prominent in the DC universe as well as Batman. I mean, you have Leslie Tompkins, who is a nun in this version of the story. You also have Cyrus Gold, aka Solomon Grundy. We also have the three little sea urchins, which are named Dickie, Timmy, and Jason, which are awesome because they're all the little Robins, which I love that. You also have Selena Kyle, who is a stage performer, and at one point we have a cameo of Poison Ivy, or Pamela Isley, that is a burlesque dancer. So they did hit the points on certain characters to a degree. I want to talk more about this, but if I do talk about it and actually get to the ending and you find out who Jack the Ripper is, it's going to really it's going to be the biggest spoiler alert, so why watch the movie? So, when you get a chance, you need to watch this movie, and you'll thank me for not spoiling it for you. Alright, now it's time to talk about what I like and what I don't like about the film. I'm going to talk about what I like about first. As I mentioned earlier, how the cast members, or just the characters in general, fit the mold. I mean, I love that they brought in Dickie, Jason, and Timmy as the three little Robins, little sea urchins, which I love that because you get the best of everything. Also with Selena Kyle, who is a performer on stage. She has her demure look about her, but she's also a badass because she does have her whip, especially when she's fighting Jack the Ripper when he's trying to pretty much kill her. I also still enjoy the fact that Bruce Wayne still has this broodingness about him where he's very antisocial in this one. He will, when he is around people in Gotham City, he puts on that face, that kind of, yeah, okay, sure, I'm only doing this just because I don't want to look like a jerk, but I really don't want to be here. I'm sure we all at one point have had to feel that way, or maybe we still do. Okay, time to talk about what I don't like about this film. So there are a few things, I would say, when it comes to the characters used within this film, I get that it's very hard to put 10 pounds in a 5-pound bag, especially with the rogues gallery of Batman villains, because there are a lot of them that were omitted. I mean, if you think about it, the Joker was omitted, the Penguin was omitted, the Riddler was omitted. So it's like, in a situation where you're trying to solve a mystery, especially of a character named Jack the Ripper, it's definitely a whodunit film. And in this situation, when you eliminate so many of the Rogues Gallery, in a way, it builds mystery, but at the same time, it would be kind of cool to see steampunk Batman confront the Rogues Gallery one by one until he figures out who it really is. So that was one thing they could have done that would have worked, and unfortunately, we don't get to see that, and that's kind of sad. There is one small thing about this film that it rubs me the wrong way on an aesthetic quality. Now, don't get me wrong, Bruce Greenwood is a great voice actor. However, my generation, as well as some of the newer generations watching the Batman animated movies and TV shows and whatnot, we're so used to Kevin Conroy, and this was made way before Kevin Conroy's passing the last few years ago, and it didn't feel right. And honestly, with as dark and brooding as Gotham by Gaslight with the whole Jack the Ripper persona, I think Kevin Conroy's voice would have given more depth and a little bit more grittiness. But like I said, don't get me wrong, Bruce Greenwood, great job, but for me, I would have wanted Kevin Conroy to stop. Okay, time to grade this film. Now, with the things that I like about this film and the things that I don't like with regarding whether certain characters were omitted or certain voice actors weren't used that my fanboy cries out needed to be used, I'm going to stand my ground and I'm going to give this one a B+. I mean, it had a lot of potential. There were things that I feel could have been better. Then again, this is just a review, and you know what? Maybe if I go back and watch it again in retrospect, maybe there might be some things that I might actually like a little bit more. Well, we hope you enjoyed this little review on Batman Gotham by Gaslight. Leave a thumbs up if you liked it. If you don't necessarily agree with everything that I said, you can leave a thumbs down. I totally get it. I understand that the comic book fan base, they have their own opinions and they can be pretty crazy, and you know what? So are mine. So we're in this together. Other than that, make sure you share on social media, push that little red button, and ring that bell for instant notifications. Until then, I'm Wildman Wes, and we will see you tomorrow for day 16 of SHOCKTOBERFEST 2024. Becca's going to be joining me, so it'll be very interesting having somebody else to talk with, right? I'm sure you probably got a little tired of just me, but that's beside the point. Take care, thanks for watching, and as always, stay scared, kitties.